it over. Look, I got hair on it.
I can back up. You don't need, I know, but you need.
Look.
I just said that we can do an X file.
What page am I on?
We're going to start on page 332. 332.
Wait, that's fast.
Like, there's many people. I know there's many people that like losing services that like I don't have. You know? Should have food. You know,
That would be greatly. Hello, everyone. Good Shabbos. We're just going to get started in a few minutes. Here's a question for you. It's a community care question. Can you hear me? Okay, so the community care question is this. So the first Shabbat of the month is Child Care Shabbos, which is really exciting for parents to be able to come and daven for a little bit. Now, usually that's a very smooth and wonderful thing, but tonight our child care person didn't realize it was the first Shabbos of the month, so we are down the child care person. So the question... Okay, amazing. So the question, just the gentle invitation, is if people are like, oh my goodness, taking a shift with a few kids, there are exactly 4 of them, I believe, who would be really fun for me. They are in the library, and that will allow our adults to circle in to do davening. There's no stress here, but this is a pure invitation if that feels like something that you would feel comfortable with. They're in the library. Thank you so much. This is community care. All right. I think more is just checking in to say, like, do you want to come in? I think, like, maybe that's the question to lead with is, like, if you want to go, just say, like, do you feel like coming to daven a little bit? And they can, I trust our grown-ups to tell what they need. Thank you. That's so wonderful. Thank you so much for receiving that. I am going to ask as people are coming in, as you see people coming in, if people on this side of the room want to say like hi and invite people over, because I'm noticing, hey Eric, before we add a lot of chairs on that side, can we invite people to come over to this side? We have a lot of empty chairs over here, and I would just love to fill in what we have, if that's possible, before we spread farther. Yeah, so I'm asking so much of you tonight. So many responsibilities am I giving. But thank you so much. And it's a wonderful mitzvah to get to greet each other as we come in and say, hi, come on in. I want to know who you are. Come closer. Good Shabbos, everyone. No, we're just going to figure it out. And you're going to lead us? Or you'll lead us? Okay. I cannot wait for that.
Okay. We got there when we got there.
Nice till you're ready.
Oh, new members. I'll get them. Hello, Outernet.
Shabbat Shalom. Mari knows. All right, we're going to join together on page 332 as we come into Shabbat. So we find our way to that very large number, the back of the Siddur. I'm just going to invite us to also feel our bodies in space, to greet our hearts, to notice what it is we're carrying into the sanctuary, and to invite whatever has followed us in that actually belongs somewhere else to take leave. We're about to do the big work of welcoming Shabbat, the joyful work of welcoming Shabbat. And so we get to make the space we need, claim the space we need. So just take one more moment there, letting yourself arrive. ידיד נפש הרחמן בשוכב דך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל ישתחווה אל מול הדרך ירב לו ידידותך מנופץ ומחותה Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to invite our new members to join us here on the Bima to light the Shabbat lights. Folks who have chosen to join Shir Tikva, I'm going to leave it to you to define what a new member is. I guess what I would say is if you have not yet come to the Bima to light a candle as a new member, that's one end of the spectrum. You've been here for years, but you have not yet lit a little candle. 2, I just emailed Nicolina today, and I'm becoming a member. All of you are welcome on the Bima, and we want to bless you and just really honor the powerful act of choosing community and choosing practice together. So come on up, and if you're on Zoom, please identify yourselves so we can greet you there as well. So wonderful you, oh you who rise in honor of Shabbat, to help us enter those who have chosen community in this way at this time. I'm turning to you also, beloveds who are streaming. And also I want to turn to Ben Zung, who becomes B-Mitzvah, yay, this weekend, and to his wonderful family, and ask you, and what is the community you dream of? What does belonging feel like? How do you feel that in your body? Oh, beloveds who are but a few years old. Oh, beloveds who are so many more than a few years old. Each of us has something to learn about belonging. Each of us has something to teach about what community means. Ways to challenge and invite and cultivate and tend. And the ways in which this group of people helped really to tend these lights into arriving here, right? To really help these Shabbat lights come into being. That's the gift. That's the blessing I want to offer to you tonight. It's just what is the tiny, tender, heartfelt work of being and belonging in community and offering that gift to each other? Because it doesn't exist outside of us. It exists inside of us, and we get to protect it and grow it. So thank you for being a part of this wild project. And because of you, we are going to get to learn what this project is. So Mazal Tov to Ben. I'm going to say Mazal Tov to you for choosing community, because my God, in this time, to choose to belong to each other is a pretty revolutionary act. So welcome, and I cannot wait to see who we become together. Mazal Tov. Good Shabbos. Oh my gosh. There is a rabbinic intern in the building. Who is on vacation and it's their birthday. What just happened? So everyone, I didn't know this was going to be party Shabbos, but there is joy in the building. Thank God. So let us welcome Jace. Welcome Kai. Oh, what a gift. Okay. There are many people here. This is Jace, everyone. Okay, amazing. So let's sing together. Let's welcome Shabbat. We'll turn together to page 12. Lechu neranena Ladonai Naria Letsurishenu Nekadmafanav Betoda Bizmirot Narialo Lechu neranena Ladonai Naria Letsurishenu Nekadmafanav Betoda Bizmirot Narialo Yalalai 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 We'll continue on page 13. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruchu Shemo, Baseru miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Sapru vagoyim kevo turn together to page 16, 5 lines from the top of the page. And before we sing, I just want to invite us. We're about to sing words Yiram Hayam Umlo'o, which we often sing. Let the seas and everything inside of it, everything that makes it whole, make it let the seas lift their voices, and everything on the land also cry out in joy. Neharot yimchau chaf. This is a line we don't usually sing, but it's such a good one. The rivers are clapping their hands. Come on. And with them, Yachad Harim Yiranenu, and with them the mountains are rejoicing. Okay, so let's imagine like mountains and rivers clapping their hands. This is not me making a metaphor. This is not my fanciful translation. This is the words. And I just want this psalm, this little piece of this psalm, to really plant us in our bodies. We are living, I don't have to say this. These are the words I don't actually have to say out loud. We are living in a time that want to just smush our voices, keep our voices so small, keep us from saying words out loud, keep us from recognizing truths and making connections from our brains to our mouths, into our bodies, into action, into transformation. Yeah? Familiar feeling? So this is a chance. Our psalm is like, the mountains are clapping their hands. The rivers are, join them. Get loud. Be big. Move it through you, right? So I think that it doesn't surprise me that these last few weeks I've felt us a little bit like this. And so I just want to invite us to let these words of the psalm actually say, oh yeah, okay, we are in our bodies. And we're with our breath. And we're going to move things through us, yeah? And we're going to make noise. And it's okay. And the secret is you don't know this melody. And I can't wait for someone at the end of the psalm to be like, I knew that melody. But you don't know this melody, which means that you have every permission to sing loudly and not right? And just to fill the space with your voice and to feel what it feels like to make noise in public. So we do it all week long. But let's make noise in public and move it all through us. Okay, so 5 lines from the top of the page. You ready? Let's just take a breath. A noisy breath. Great. And I'm just loving all of our friends on Zoom and streaming and just really trusting that this space that we're making noise in is just growing in this diaspora, in this web. And our voices are just connecting through our bodies. We're clapping our hands and making messy, beautiful noise together. Thank God. Yiram hayam umelo, Yiram hayam umelo, Tevel veyoshvei vai, Yiram hayam umelo, 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 Tevel veyoshvei vai, Yiram hayam umelo, 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 Tevel veyoshvei vai, Yiram hayam umelo, 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 Tevel veyoshvei vai, Yiram hayam umelo, Neharot yimchau chaf yadadai, Achararim yiranenu, Neharot yimchau chaf yadadai, Achararim yiranenu, Yiram hayam umelo, Yiram hayam umelo, Yiram hayam umelo, Yiram hayam umelo, Tevel veyoshvei vai, Yiram hayam umelo, Yiram hayam umelo.
Yiram hayam umelo.
Yiram hayam umelo.
Yiram hayam umelo.
Tevel leyoshvei ba. Yiram hayam umelo. Tevel leyoshvei ba. Yiram hayam umelo. We'll turn to our colorful sheets. Sing Ana B'choach.
Ana b'choach gedulat yemincha tatir tzerura kaverina rina tachas sarenu tahareinu nohora Ana b'choach gedulat
We'll turn together to page 20. At the 9th verse, you're invited to join me outside or to stay here, but no matter where we are, to greet the Shabbat bride. Olecha
Shabbat shalom, everyone. We'll continue on the next page, on page 22.
Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat.
We'll rise in body or in spirit, rising or rooting on page 28. You can be seated. We'll continue on page 30, where we bless a God that brings darkness into the world. I was realizing as Gordon was crossing the room to turn on the light outside that we have really entered the darkness of incoming Minnesota winter. I'm also just feeling the shadows of this time in a variety of ways. I feel the fear and trembling of this election. And as Gordon was crossing this room and as my mind was preparing both for the winter and all that we have ahead, I was also just scanning this room and feeling this sense of you all are exactly the people that I want to be walking into the darkness together with. So before we take on the act of blessing God that brings darkness into this world, I'd like to invite us just to take a moment to look around, to observe this community, to the people that we are going to be moving, however we're moving through these weeks and months ahead. Let's take a big breath in together and out.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המרי ורבי.
On page 32, we bless a God that brings love into this world. There are so many good reasons to be voting on Tuesday. There is so much anger and rage that is driving me to the ballot box. And I also want to use this personally, and maybe you do as well, as an opportunity tonight to sink into the love, to the things that are inspiring us in this world, to the vulnerable people in our lives that we love so deeply, and that we need to defend. Thinking of those in your life whose love is inspiring you into the political action, into the soul action of these weeks ahead. Invite you to hold those folks, those ideas in your head, taking a big breath in and out.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
We rise a root on page 34. Shema
Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated, page 36. ואהבת את אדוני
אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו עשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
We'll turn to page 40.
Yalla 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 la la yalla la la yalla yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla 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 la Bi Let's turn together to page 44 and rise and root.
Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולה, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולה. בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולה. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולה. שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות בריתולה. We'll rise or root as we continue our way into the Amidah, into our quiet prayer. We'll begin together in song on page 46.
sing together on the bottom of page 62. Shalom b'roma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru Take this time now to pray for healing of spirit and healing heart and body. So we'll sing and then we'll pause, and I'm going to invite us to share names aloud, not waiting one by one, but to share names all together as a community. So don't wait for me to look at you. Just in the quiet, please share the names of the people that you're praying for right now. First we'll sing.
We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. We sing you healing. We
we're praying for.
Our country.
You healing, we sing you care, we sing you justice, we sing you justice, we sing you prayer, we sing you healing, we sing you healing, we sing you care, we sing you justice, we sing you prayer. El Narifana, El Narifana, oh, El Narifana, El Narifana.
A quick change in the order of things because we have a bar mitzvah kid sister who is getting in slightly unexpectedly early. We will, before hearing a Dvar Torah, we need to have the traditional Kiddush cup pass off from the most recent bar mitzvah kid to the bar mitzvah kid who is about to come. Ben, if you want to come up, and Gabriel as well. Too many hands. I can hold the microphone for you, Gabriel.
On. Ben, good job on getting through Bar Mitzvah tutoring. You only have one left, and you're probably going to get a gift in it. The only thing that you have left, I think, if I remember correctly, is just your Bar Mitzvah day, and you'll probably do good on it. So I give you a Kiddush cup with your name and your Bar Mitzvah date on it. I don't think you're supposed to drink all of it. I did that and got yelled at, so save some for your family.
No need to drink any right now, Ben. We'll drink some tomorrow. Ben and Zung family, we are just so grateful to have you here. Before you go off and grab your sister, I just wanted to really welcome you into our community. We can't wait to celebrate with you all tomorrow. Ben, you have been just such an utter pleasure to work with over these past 4 months, and I can't wait to hear your Torah in so many different ways over the course of tomorrow. Thank you. Mazal tov. You can put the glass down now. Thanks, Ben. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Right before the service got going, I had the reality of a regular anxiety dream. I don't organize the books in which I write my Divrei Torah out particularly well, and I couldn't find the Dvar Torah that I had prepared for tonight. Instead, the only thing I could find was the Dvar Torah I wrote for this parsha a year ago, which, good enough, but it was... It was incredibly sweet to see it. It was the Dvar Torah that I prepared for my installation here a year ago. And it just gave me an opportunity to think about how grateful I was then to be welcomed into this community, and how grateful I've been to this community for holding each other through this incredibly challenging year. So just thank you. Get log. I learned this story about Shabbat, about this day, that I haven't been able to get out of my head. It's a bit of a spiritual sequel to a story that I told over the high holidays on Rosh Hashanah. And like that story, it begins with someone in tears. One Shabbos, Rebbe Akiva's students found their great teacher, Rebbe Akiva, weeping. They were incredulous. Rebbe, they said, you're weeping? But it's Shabbos. Aren't we supposed to be happy on Shabbos? Aren't we supposed to have oneg, joy? Akiva's response, ze oneg sheli. These tears are my joy. In the classic form of rabbinic storytelling, that's where the story ends. There's no explanation. There's no explanation. There's no moral. All we get is this picture of a teacher crying in front of his students. And we're left wondering, what does it mean that his enjoyment, that Akiva's enjoyment of Shabbos was his tears? How does his students understand and hold him in his pain/joy? More generally, this story raises for me a set of questions that I've been struggling with throughout this last year. How are we to relate to the emotional invitations of the Jewish calendar to be joyous on Sukkot, to be relaxed on Shabbos, when terrible violence in the Middle East, an urgent election season here, 1,000 personal pains and grief might move us in an opposing emotional direction? I think of Akiva's response to his student. I think that his response suggests something big and bold, that there's a vision of Shabbos joy that is not narrowly about cheering up, but instead about expansively holding our complicated hearts. That even in Shabbos tears, there's joy. Theoretically, I think this sounds great, but I'm left wondering, how the heck do we do it? How do we cultivate this brand of joy? How do we braid tears and Shabbos and joy to create something that is wholly incapable of holding us? And as we move towards this next week of election, how might our breaking, our fearful, hoping hearts be served by the spiritual technology of Shabbos? As usual, I have like zero answers for any of these questions. But I have the beginnings of some thoughts. And to get there, we're going to need some help from nautical interior design, math, and the zodiac. Okay, interior design. In the middle of this week's Torah portion, Noach, we find God giving Noah very specific design advice for his ark. Specifically, we hear, Tzahar ta'aseh l'teva. You, Noah, God is speaking, you, Noah, should make a window or maybe a skylight that ends 1 cubit from the top of the ark. I'm always struck by the power of this image. We don't hear of any other light source within the ark. I imagine Noah and his family and his animals noticing the end of the rain through this little opening, seeking the light of the world they would re-enter. My ancestor Naphtali Sfifish collected a bit of Torah that translates this design advice into wisdom about Jewish time. My ancestor often uses gematria, a system in which you add up the numeric value of a Hebrew word. Aleph is 1, bet is 2, to make meaning. Feel free to stop paying attention for the next 30 seconds if you hate math. In this case, Rav Naftali Sfifish observes that if you add up the numeric value of Tzachor Teva, a window in the ark, you end up with the number 702, which is the same as the numeric value of, anyone have any guesses? You end up with the same value as Shabbat. So Tzachor Teva, this window in the ark, equals Shabbat. And if you then add the word Amma, 1 cubit, the size of this window, or the size this window is supposed to be in relation to other things in the ark, you get the same numeric value as Tismach. You shall make joyous. Okay, so if you've been totally lost in the math, no worries. The thing to remember here is that my ancestor is linking the window and the ark to the commandment that we Tismach Shabbos, that we shall make Shabbat joyous. So far, this Torah feels to me a bit like Akiva's students, showing up to Noah's ark one Saturday and saying to Noah and his family, the world's getting destroyed, but why are you so sad? It's Shabbos. Let's cheer up. But before I lose faith in my ancestor's emotional intelligence, he says something startling and beautiful. And here we move into the realm of astrology. There's a Talmudic teaching that you are never supposed to teach a concept in front of your teacher if you are yourself a student, if you are lesser in knowledge. I'm about to say some things about astrology while standing over Moon Zlotnick. I am so sorry. Okay, so Shabbat is the 7th day, and my ancestor writes it is associated with Saturn, the 7th planet. Saturn, you might be thinking, is not in fact the 7th planet, but if you start with the sun as 1, 2, 3, whatever, you get to eventually Saturn is the 6th planet, is the 7th planet. Okay, and Saturn in Fish's zodiac system represents atzvaut, sadness. So Shabbat equals Saturn equals gloominess. So by all rights, the 7th day of the week should naturally be a day of sorrow. But according to Naphtali Svi Fish, if and when we have the strength, the Jewish people have the power to transform the 7th day from sorrow into joy. Okay, to review, Shabbat, according to astrology, should be sad, but we as a people might have the strength to change that sadness to joy. I'm struck by the idea that Shabbat is a naturally sad day. I suspect maybe you have had the experience of times that are meant to be happy, ending up as devastating. Birthdays that ring with loss instead of life. Beautiful summer days, haunted by the harshness of this world. In these moments, we might assume that we start with a perfect day and the state of our hearts or reality sours this holy time. My ancestors suggest, I think the opposite might be true. Sacred time starts its life in Saturn, in sadness, in a dark and overcrowded and smelly ark. And one way or another, we collaborate with the day to create sacredness. To put it differently, Shabbat knows a thing or two about heartbreak. Shabbat can meet us in our sadness or our exhaustion and can leave us somehow lighter. Some weeks this transformation might look like the catharsis of crying with a friend. On these weeks, I imagine us and Shabbos telling each other between our tears Akiva's words in a tone that is both snarky and genuine. There is oneg, joy and liberation within our tears. Other weeks, we and Shabbos might have the strength to look upwards, to notice a tzahar, a little skylight, casting a brightness we didn't expect. We might allow this brightness to change us, the joy of a good friend or song or food, giving our tired hearts more hope or strength than we knew we could carry. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue with an opportunity for blessing. Friends on Zoom, please, please, please bring the blessings down upon us. You can find the words of our communal blessing on the back of your colorful sheets. If you came here with someone, please feel free to get a little bit closer to them. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikora, Yivarech et haneharim, V'yikra vehem shemi, V'shem avotai, V'shem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, V'yigdu la'arov, V'yigdu la'arov, B'kerev ha'aretz. Yismechem Elohim kesara kerivka kerachel ucheleya ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yedai yedai yedai. Yedai 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 ho. Hi yedai May we choose joy, even as sorrow chooses us. May we all find joy in the moments when we need it most. May we be blessed through lament and joy, dances of sadness and fullness. May we make joy with and for one another and be vulnerable with one another. May we move through the next week with more love than fear, taking in the light from all sources that it comes through. May we always be open to one another's authentic tears. May we find joy through connecting and being open to each other. May we keep choosing each other. May the vibrations of these songs continue to resonate in us throughout this week. May we share our feelings and our voices instead of holding them in so that they don't burst out of our seams. May we walk forward into the unknown together. Ken yehi ratzon, yadadaya, yadaya, yado, yadadaya, yadaya, yadaya, yayo, haya, yadaya, yadayo, yadadaya, yadaya, yo. We'll begin to put a seal in our service, rising our body or spirit on page 284. Folks can be seated. We've had a tradition now for over a year of singing a reprise of the words of Oseh Shalom, an acknowledgement of our heartbreak here and the intensifying echoes of heartbreak radiating out from Israel, Palestine, from Gaza, from Lebanon, from the whole region in which violence is spreading. We say these words because we don't have the space. We don't know all of the names of people who have been killed senselessly over the course of these months, over the course of this year. And instead, all we can do in this very moment is sing out words in which we recommit to acting in ways that bring about ceasefire, that bring about peace going forward. We'll sing the words together. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'il kol yoshvei In a moment, I'll read a list of names of folks that we're remembering in community, people who have died in the last 30 days and people who have died on the anniversary of this time in previous years. Rabbi Ariel is on call for you with a microphone. If you hear the name of someone that you loved and would like to share just a sentence of story about that person, we would love to hear your voice. When I'm done reading the list of the names of folks that we have here, we'll invite you to also share names of anyone else that you'd like to bring in. Tonight we're in the Shloshim for Jason Titman, brother of Aaron Durbin. We're in the yard site for Joe Brose, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Joan Burden, Shira Burden's grandmother. Belinda Caballera, Sophia Wood's aunt. Louis Donofsky, Bert Donofsky's father. Joe Ettinger, Ron's father. Lynn Fishbane, Betty Fishbane's wife and beloved Shir Tikvanik. Edward Greenberg, Steve's nephew. Rose Hecker, Rachel Royblatt's aunt. Jeff Kaner, Mark Roth's brother-in-law. Sam Kittis, Ben Peiser's grandfather. Miriam Knock, Steve Gershon's grandmother. Avan Rusty Nutting, Chelsea Thumant's grandmother. David Ross, Shoshana Werman's father. George Seltzer, Matthew's father. Harold Hirsch Spector, Jonas's grandfather. Mary Turk, Mary's grandmother. Eva Verdis, Boris Selag's grandmother. Dr. I. Bernard Weinstein, Miriam's uncle. Betty Weisberg, mother of Freddie and Luke. Paul Wernick, Sarah Wernick Schoenwald's father.
Thanks. I just want to say it's my dad, and it's been a year, and we miss him.
I just want to say it's my friend Claire's yard site. They died very suddenly. They just didn't wake up on Shabbos last year. And they were younger than me, and they were wonderful. And I have a recording of their laugh that I play sometimes on Shabbos when it's too sad or too hard, because they had the best laugh in the entire world. So I'm remembering them today.
I remember my dad, Carl Ludden.
Gertrude Trudy Wolf, Larry Wolf's mother and grandmother of Rachel and Rebecca Wolf. And Mildred Zuckerman, Jeffrey Zuckerman's mother. Are there any other names that folks would like to bring forward?
My friend Pete Verdeen passed around this time, very suddenly from suicide when he was 19, like about a decade ago. So this is always a tense time for me, my community.
A friend of mine, Tom Brossart, died by suicide a few days ago. And he loved the things that he loved, and I'm going to miss him. And just a reminder that if suicide is something you're thinking about, there are other options.
I guess this is just the yard site for people who died way too young. I'm remembering my friend Scarlett. This is her, I think, 5th yard site. We went to high school together. She was like so painfully nerdy in like the most wonderful way. She was one of the first trans people who ever came out to me, one of the first trans people my age I ever met, and she came out to me by typing it out on her graphing calculator and sliding it to me. And I can't remember exactly what it said. It went way over my head. It was some kind of like technical term about like biology or something I didn't understand. So I'm just staring there looking at the calculator like, huh? What? You're what? And she was just, melting down, trying to explain it to me without really explaining it to me. But finally we got there, and she was just a really wonderful and very complex person. And I miss her all the time.
My father, Jeff McCauley, died last week.
I'd like to remember Eric Dotvell, who was a simple man and a kind man.
another person who passed away far too young, my cousin Nicholas Whitman, passed away almost 5 years ago. And one of my favorite memories of him was when he was about 4 or 5 years old. We were skiing and he would just bomb straight down the mountain without turning, and he would inevitably fall, cry, pick himself up, and then just continue going straight down the mountain. And it's really hard to believe that it's been 5 years.
Will rise or root on page 294. Yes, I'm so sorry.
We're getting the announcements here, folks.
It'll take a second.
Okay, well, I'll just wing it. Yeah, open mic night. So I'm Julie Jacobs, and thank you for being with us tonight. It's very much a joy to be together with you too, Mari. At the end of services, please return your prayer books to the usher table. Please separate your song sheets from the Seder room. Mazel tov to Benjamin Zung on becoming Bar Mitzvah. Okay. Thank you to all of those who made tonight possible. Rabbis Ariel and Joey, Sam Porter, Kestrel Feiner-Homer, Sophie Gertol, Riv Shapiro, Eric Gordon, the Macomb Minion, me, Lori Sweet, and thank you to our Shom Reem, Rondi Atkin, and Security for your steady presence. And thank you to the Dominic, Sovereign, Tarasek, and Riskin families for hosting Oneg tonight in honor of Ben Zung's becoming Bar Mitzvah. You can find all of Shir Tikva's programming updates in our weekly e-news and on our website. Next week's Shabbat services will be mask recommended. If this isn't a best fit for you, please join us on Zoom. A reminder that your community is here to support you, so please reach out to our rabbis if you encounter a life change so they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support, or as one person talked about it, schnoz. Thank you.
One more quick thing to say. There's an election on Tuesday. Please, please, please vote. There will be a phone bank happening at Shir Tikva on Tuesday if you're looking for an opportunity for one more push of activism. We'll also have a variety of programs in the weeks coming after the election. One thing that I'd like to just put a pin in is that Becca Tilson, a really amazing teacher of somatics, will be teaching a session in the sanctuary a week from tomorrow for anyone who is looking to move through their body, whatever we're experiencing in the world. We'll close out our service on page 5 with a blessing over wine and challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, barei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishi. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta im kol ha'amim, ve'shavat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Barucha at Shechina mekahadeshet haShabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz petei avon.
So if we can just take one moment and say thank you to this amazing group of musicians. Thank you, Yasher Koach, to you, gorgeousness. And I also, just because we don't get to thank them in person very often, can we all just say, whether or not you have gotten to interact with Jace, let's say thank you. Thank you, Jace. You are just holding down so many beautiful corners of this community from Boston. We miss you very much here and are so grateful you're able to be part of this web. And what a joy to have you here. And hi, Kai. So, where's Kai? Okay, hi, Kai. We'll close with Nigun, and then we'll go out and have a snack. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Thanks for bringing it.